we are bringing on our final guest. And as you all who watch the show know, we have authors who are releasing books through Black Odyssey Media, which is the publishing house by the amazing author and filmmaker and all that extraordinaire, Entice. So one of her authors that has a book coming out, actually her book will be released next Tuesday, but since we don't have a show next Tuesday, we decided to have her on tonight so she can get pre-orders and early sales for her book that's coming out. And the book is called Every Black Girl Dances. And the
I
author
like
is
the title.
Candice Johnson. Now, and then when you come on, I'm going to ask you a question about your title. But welcome to Black Authors Matter TV, Candice.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you
And
for being here.
I love your T-shirt.
Thank you. I think it's lovely myself.
But it kind of matches your headband.
It
Yes,
does.
I have to get festive.
Now, Rhonda just told us about the book, the book series. Every Black Girl is Exhausted. Uh, that
Black
one.
black black girls must die
Oh
exhausted.
yeah, Black Girls Must Die. Okay, so that one's Black Girls Must, and yours is Every Black Girl. It just remind me of each other. And even do you have a arc of your book, an advanced reading copy, a
Yes,
galley,
yes, ma'am.
where you can show us the cover?
And here we go.
Okay, yeah, Every Black Girl Dances. It even the cover even looks similar to
Right. Very
the
colorful.
series. It's very colorful, has flowers, and you are actually a dancer yourself.
I am celebrating 24 years of dance. It's
Well,
been a minute.
congratulations on that.
Thank
What
you
kind of
so
dancing do
much.
you do?
Okay, so I am a praise dancer, but I do different styles. And
Hmm.
so I have been able to dance with some gospel legends like Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin, Ty Tribbett, Jonathan McReynolds, Mama Shirley Caesar, the Clark sisters. It goes on and on. And I'm actually part of a four-time Emmy award-winning program that I choreographed and danced for.
Wow. So we said earlier when we were talking about how we've been doing this show and how many people we've interviewed, and we said we're not new to this, we're true to this. It feels like you are not new to this, you are true to this when it comes to dancing.
Absolutely. I honestly didn't start even dancing professionally until I was almost 30 years old.
Really?
And
Wow.
yes, I mean, didn't even know I could dance. And then next year, I'll be celebrating my 25th dance anniversary and my 50th birthday, and I'm still going to keep dancing.
That's hilarious because you don't look anywhere near
No,
50.
no, you don't.
Thank you.
But you know what? Dancing and well, just moving in general. But dancing is very good exercise.
It
It
is.
it
It
keeps
is.
your body moving, your muscles. You get to move all of, and you get to uh, it helps you stay in shape. And the line dances are a lot of fun. Those kinds of dancing, that's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, dancing is so good for the soul, no matter what kind that you're doing. I mean, music is therapy for me, dance is therapy for me, and I love it so much.
Now,
Nice.
did you? Well, you said you didn't start. You weren't in ballet or anything like that as a kid, or the dancing that they have the dance troops in school, any kind of any of the kind of group dancing. Did you ever do any of that growing up?
Growing up, I grew up with a book in my hand.
Well,
I've always
what happened now? Because all you just woke up one day and said, I want to dance, or were you thrust into a situation?
Okay, so that's a great question. First of all, many people don't know this, but back when Heavy D and the Boys was really popular, and I thought I could dance. I wanted to be the first girl in Heavy D and the Boys. I wanted to dance for Heavy D. But once the liturgical dance really started taking off, I was at a church at the time where the teenagers wanted to dance, but there was no one to work with them.
Mhm.
And so me not even knowing what to do, I said, "Well, I'll do it." The rest is history. And I used to have fun going to the club and dancing. And I said, God took me out of the club and he put me to dance in church, and I've never turned back 4 Emmys later.
I went to a Kirk Franklin concert once, and he said that, before he was saved, he used to love to dance. And he said after he was saved, he didn't stop dancing. He just found a new partner.
Same here. I just found a new partner and I'm not letting go. I always tell people dance is my conversation with God. The audience just happens to be there.
I love that. That's beautiful.
And David danced. So,
Yes,
some
he did.
people shun dancing, but no, dancing is great. It's a great expression. Now, there are some dances that are not, I would say, they don't edify the
Yeah.
body of
I'm
Christ.
about to say,
I'll
yeah,
put it like that.
twerking is probably a little different.
Yeah, I hate that dancing turn that way, because I used to go to clubs. I used to love going to clubs, but because I like to dance and I like music and I still love music. But um when I was going to clubs, men asked you to dance and you could say yes or no, but it was very respectful. You didn't, they didn't touch you,
Right.
unless it was a slow dance or whatever. And then you could decide if you wanted to do it or not. But my daughter described to me what happens now at parties and clubs. And I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
It's not the same anymore.
No, she said you really have to stand. You used to hold up a wall just because nobody asked you to dance. But my daughter said now you have to hold up a wall to keep somebody from coming up behind you, twerking on your rear end.
Yeah. They
And
do. You'll be dancing and they'll come sneaking up behind you.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I mean, I just don't get it. I don't know how it went that I don't know who invented twerking, but shame on them. I see people doing it. I just think it's too sexual. Some people do it in inappropriate times too. I mean, they do it. They had somebody on the red carpet twerking on the carpet. I don't know if you all saw that. It was a real somebody who was at some kind of red carpet event was twerking against the red carpet while she had her gown on, or dress or outfit on. And some things I just don't get. I've determined there's some things I'm just not gonna get, and I really don't want to get them either.
Yeah.
I don't understand them. I don't want to understand them. I think some of these people they just starve for attention. It keeps going further and further and more bizarre, but it's all about getting likes and clicks and going virtual. But
Right.
Right.
that's not the kind of, you don't do any twerk praise dancing, do you?
Oh no, I actually teach them not to. Okay. I
I
train and
think that
teach
to be a
them.
joke. I knew you.
I teach them not to. I always say no, no, no. Some churches have called me in to do damage control.
Oh.
So I'm very much appreciative that they will call on me to help their dance ministries out so that the only attention will be on Jesus.
But I've gotta say I've noticed that you have danced for a number of gospel artists and R&B artists. And I noticed that one name that popped out was Jonathan McReynolds. He was just here in the DMV last weekend in our church play. And
Oh.
Oh, I
so
saw the pictures. That was your
yes.
church?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my church. So I'm just watching him and I'm like, this young man comes on and he starts doing his little dance like that. And I looked up like, I know that voice. I was like, and I looked at the program, Jonathan McReynolds. But no, he
yeah.
he was so funny in the play. And it's I think that doing what you do, doing what he does, I think it helps so many young people because a lot of young people don't want to go to church because they think that it's going to be very staunch and stiff and
Stuffy.
we can't
Mhm.
have fun. And but then
Yeah.
when you see people like yourself, see people like Jonathan McReynolds and so many other people who are having fun and being Christians, I think it just sheds an entire new light on the Christian lifestyle.
Oh, it does. I so agree with you because I have a group actually. We don't it's a little less. I get asked a lot to dance solo, but I do have a group, Ordered Steps Productions. And with Ordered Steps, we've had everyone from 8 years old to over 60, and we all dance and we have fun and we teach them. I teach them, you can smile. We don't have to be angry with God. We can smile. Just because we're Christians doesn't mean we can't have fun. And so
Right.
we've
Right.
done everything from the upbeat churchy stuff to hip hop to ballet, you name it. We put the different styles in there. So it's multi-layered, but it's all for God.
So
Okay.
what now
No,
what is your book? What made you write the book?
that's what I was
And
gonna
this
ask her.
And this is the funny thing because most people think because I'm a dancer that it's about dancing, and the book is not about a dancer.
I thought it was about dancing too because the name of the book is All Black
Every
Girls
black
Dance.
girl
Yeah,
dances.
so every black girl dances. So I was like, okay, she's a dancer, and she's a Christian dancer, and now she's written this book with dance in the title. Maybe the character is a dancer, so I'm guessing that's not the case.
It's not. The main character, JC Burke, is actually a filmmaker, and she is touted as the next Spike Lee. But she's like struggling to find her identity and be the first JC. And so she's learning how to dance through life on her own terms.
Oh,
Oh,
so
okay.
different type of dancing.
Well, and see, and it's a different type because as Black women and Black girls, we are forced to dance to other people's choreography in life. We can only be sad when the world tells us to. We can be angry when the world tells us to. We can only do certain business or this or that. And it gets so much on our shoulders. It's such a burden when all we want to do is dance on our own without people telling us what to do or who we are. And that's where every Black girl dances comes from.
Beautiful.
Because
Well,
sometimes,
that is true. We can we have to fight the boxes, and I've done that
yeah,
my whole life. I will not be put in a box in anybody
Mhm.
else's box, and it's not always easy, but the independence of it is beautiful.
exactly. In the book, JC is going on a journey because she's only 26 years old and she has found success and fame very swiftly right out of film school. And she finds herself in the middle of making movies that people at first they were applauding her for. And this is movies where, I'll say urban movies.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, the same audience is turning on her because they're saying, that's not us. That's not our lifestyle. This isn't what we do.
We're seeing that in real life now.
Hmm. Yes.
Yes. And it's real life. And it's like, well, she's torn. Like, this is what's getting me these movie deals. This is what's putting people in the seats. But now I really want to tell a different story, but everyone's telling me what story I have to tell.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think that happens to a lot of people in the entertainment industry where they want to do
yeah.
something different, but what
Yes.
they're doing is making money for them. And we see this, we've seen the same thing happen to
Yes.
Tyler Perry. You know, he got on the
Yes.
map with the Madea plays, and so everybody wanted to only see Madea, but then he's still getting criticized for playing this woman. But this is what drew you guys to me in the first place.
Exactly. And people were so shocked when I started writing the books because they're so used to putting me in that little box, this checkmark dancer, that they didn't realize God had given me all these other gifts.
Yes.
And they didn't know that behind the scenes, I was working with my husband on his plays. I've acted in his play before. I've done all these different things, and we push each other creatively. And but people still wanted to see me as this dancer. Then it became, oh, you're writing this little book, until the books started taking off.
But the little book.
The little book, sometimes you have a little friend problem.
You still
That's
writing that
the
little
little book.
book.
The little book. You have a
That
little
is
radio show.
so demeaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've listened to the words people use,
Yeah.
and the words can be used to belittle you or trying to define you or redefine you as something else or
Mhm.
confuse you. Some people will use words to try to confuse you to make
Yeah.
you think that what you know is true isn't true. You know?
Yeah, it's called
So
gaslighting.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
gaslight.
That's the word, all caps.
Yes. With a hashtag. Okay.
Yes.
How did you get hooked up with Entice and Black
Oh
Odyssey
my,
Media?
when I tell y'all, I sent her a message today because she had sent me some emails that were just so awesome. Yesterday was just one of those tough days, and then today I just woke up and I prayed, Lord, send me some good news. And so I had some emails from her sending me some good news. And I said, well, you're just my fairy godmother today because she is just so awesome. And I had been a follower of hers for years and just enjoyed seeing her dance, so to speak, in the industry, and just appreciated and admired what she does. And I actually went into to talk to her about turning one of my other books into a film. And
Okay.
then from there, it progressed into me ending up being published by Black Odyssey.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Now, do you have just the one book, or did you do a two-book deal?
Okay, so it's going to be two books with Black Odyssey, and I'm really excited about that. I'm not sure if so I won't say what the next one is because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to give details on that or
Hmm.
not. I won't get in trouble.
Right.
But
I get
it was definitely a two-book deal and just so exciting because they have been, when I tell you, they have been kind, just very, I don't even know the word to describe how awesome this entire process has been working with
It's
them.
wonderful.
And it's an amazing opportunity. And I've cried so many happy tears. I mean, it's just been a blessing. It really has.
That's great. And Tice is great people, and she's a
Yes.
good person to be connected with, and she's very open and giving and friendly. So you feel like, I'm quite sure, just knowing the little I know of Entice, because we've connected a couple of times, that you probably feel like you're her only client because that's the way she treats everybody, like they're her only client.
Absolutely. Very hands on. And like you say, she makes you feel very special. And
Mhm.
that's what I have truly appreciated about this because going from indie author to traditional is a scary process. But she and the team, especially Cressida, they have made it a great process, enjoyable. And like, this is the best Christmas ever because my book is coming out.
Well,
Congratulations. Wait, now what's the exact date? The exact
it's
release date?
it's next Tuesday, and it's the
Yeah.
Yes.
26th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
Christmas present.
It really is. I'm like so excited. My husband's excited. He's already flying down the aisles of Walmart telling everybody that his wife wrote the book and it's gonna be on the shelf.
Yes, to the supportive husband. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's a playwright, and so I turned his plays into books, and he's turning my books into plays, and we work together. We're a really good team.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
okay. Now, what are his plays? What does he have a general theme for his plays, and where they perform?
Oh my goodness, let me tell you, he has one that's so juicy. And I'm loving writing the book right now, working on the book, but it's called Lord, What Happened to the Man I Married?
Mm,
That's a good one.
Okay.
that's the title. Come on.
That's the title. Lord, what happened to the man I married? And it is a good play. He's going to be bringing it next year in 2024, and so I'll have more details about that as it comes forth. But anybody who knows me, they know Cedric. I call him Hershey, but don't tell him I told you. But anybody who knows me knows him because he is like my biggest cheerleader slash publicist slash everything. That's my best friend.
Oh,
Now,
that's so sweet.
Duncanville is near Dallas.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's
Okay.
like you can throw a pebble
Okay.
Not a
across.
pebble.
That's where you're in Duncanville. Um, is it closer to Fort Worth or Dallas? Is it on that? Is
Definitely Dallas.
okay.
On this end of town, we don't always go to Fort Worth because it feels like we're going out of town. Fort
Okay. Yeah.
Worth is,
Yeah.
woo.
They say it in one breath, Dallas, Fort Worth, but they really are distinctive cities.
Oh, they are. We are so different, even though they call it a DFW area.
Yeah.
But it just feels like you're driving forever. It feels like you're driving to the other side of
It
Texas just to
does.
Fort Worth.
I used to live in Fort Worth as a teen, and
Oh,
Dallas just seemed like a world away. We didn't go over there that much.
yeah. Yeah, it's the same. Just because something about that drive just seems like it takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But
it
I
is
love
Texas.
it.
Everything in Texas is. I tell people Houston is so big. You can drive an hour and still be in Houston, and not in traffic. You can
Ooh,
drive an hour on the freeway and still be in Houston. It'll be Houston proper. It may not be city limits, but it'll be a Houston address. Because they did a lot of annexing, and we have a huge. The Houston metro is 5 million people, so
wow.
it's a lot of people here, and
Well,
but
that
everybody had to drive because it's just too far. So we have public transportation, but the only people who take it are people who just can't get any kind of car. It's better to have just a hoopty, any kind of vehicle than to have to depend on the bus. Or we don't have a subway because we're too much on the water table. We're too low. But we do have a train downtown where people catch the train to the medical center. But it's Houston is big. And it's grown a lot. It keeps growing because people keep moving here.
Oh, and I can imagine we were there in the beginning of November. I was dancing at a conference, at a
Okay.
marriage conference. It was a really awesome ferocious faith marriage conference. It was really, really awesome. And when we put the address in, I thought I was going to Houston, but it was actually Spring.
Okay. That's northwest. That's north. That's close to me, which is like 40 miles from downtown. Or maybe 50
Wow. Gotcha. I
from
was I was
downtown
like, where
Houston.
are we going?
Yeah, it's you can be in Houston and never go downtown. Like it's very big. So, but now you talked about films that you were working on, and are you working with Entice? Because I know every time she posts, seems like she has a new movie on Tubi or coming out somewhere. What? So, have you actually done a film yet, or are you in the process?
So we're in the process, hubby and I, of working on some things, and I can't wait to tell you what transpires from that. We did do a short film together, but that was me figuring it out. That was one of
Okay.
those faith and fear moves. Because I was afraid, my husband pushed me to have faith. So when I said I want to do it, he said, "Okay, you're going to do it right now." Because he knows me, and he knows if I didn't do it, if he didn't push me to do it, I was going to find a reason to back out. So the result of that was my very first book back in 2015 is Practice What You Praise. And so
Hmm.
we did a short film based on that book. And it was a tough process, but hey, we worked it out. I loved it, and I said I want more. So now we're getting more into that end of things.
That's
Okay.
I love the
Great.
fact that you two have a true partnership. You know, you're working together and encouraging each other, and then you're cultivating each other's projects. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And so I wish you two all the best in what you're doing.
Thank you so much. We just wouldn't have it any other way. It's just we don't have to compete when we have the gifts to collaborate.
Yes,
Right. And
absolutely.
that's a real good partnership to have in a marriage. I know my husband and I worked together for our whole marriage. He's retired now, but people used to ask me, "How do you?" Because we would be at the office. We were together all day, every day, like till he retired 5 years ago or 6 years ago. So our whole marriage, and people would ask me, "How can you like? How can you stand it? how can you do it?" And what I tell people is, one, you have to like the person that you're married to, not love them too, but you have to actually like them,
Yes,
Right.
because people you
absolutely.
like, you want to spend time and be around, and you have something in common, and you're able to talk. You have your conversations can be, my husband and I just talk for hours, solving the world's problems. That's what we spend a lot of time doing, that kind of conversation. You know,
So
um,
do we.
huh?
Yes. We do the same thing.
Okay, yeah,
People
you
have
have
to
to do
say
that, and
that.
then our skill set complemented each other, so we were never competing. You see, that's what it sounds like you all are doing. My husband was in tech, so, and I'm more in marketing and administration. So we would be in the same office as far as the building, but we wouldn't be in the same room, and we wouldn't even really get together unless there was a need. So we were
Yeah.
Right.
we were both working on the things that we worked on, but we were doing it collaboratively for the business.
That's exactly what we do. We both made a lot of sacrifices, and I'm just grateful for him as a husband and friend and partner, because corporate America quit me in 2015, which is how the book, my first book, was published. They just eliminated my position one day
Mm,
shy of my 15th anniversary at that
wow.
company.
Mm.
And oh, it was just left me an anniversary card and everything. I was like,
Wow.
really, guys, really? My anniversary's the next day. And they said, we've enjoyed your work, da, 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 but we're gonna outsource everything, and your actual position doesn't it no longer exists. And here's your severance package, and we wish you well. And so from then on, husband said, you've kind of used that job as a reason not to get that book, or that you've been toying with for the last 10 years off the ground. So it's time. So I haven't worked a corporate job since 2015, because he's just been a support, and he really believed in my writing, and he just knew that it was going to come to this moment where we have every black girl dances.
Okay, well, show us the cover again, because we're at the end of our
Yeah,
time.
and that was a great way to end it.
It
And
was. Every Black Girl Dances. It comes out next Tuesday, and it's under the umbrella of Black Odyssey Media. And author Candice Johnson is gonna set the world on fire with her book and her dancing and her plays, and with her husband and
and her
films and whatever
movies
she's
and
gonna be
everything
doing.
else she has
Whatever
going
she's gonna
on.
be doing.
Thank y'all. I received that.
Okay. Okay, well, have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and Happy Kwanzaa, and all the happy holidays. And we'll be seeing you soon. And congratulations on your book release.
Thank y'all so much for having me, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you in the new year.
Yes, yes. Have a great night.
Y'all too.